One dead for every kilometre home. Written by Fergus O'Connell. Narrated by John Delino Ziegler, Jr. Part 1. Isha. October 1913 to August 1914. Fair stood the wind for France, when we our sails advance, nor now to prove our chance, longer will tarry. From Agincourt by Michael Drayton, 1563 to 1631. Chapter 1. This is going to be a massacre. His groom took the reins and polo mallet as Ranveer Singh dismounted from his pony. There were 4 open-sided canvas pavilions, all with pointed roofs, on the side of the field. The 2 larger ones housed the officials and general hangers-on associated with each of the teams. There was one for the local Amritsar team, and the other was for the team from the British Indian Army. The Army Pavilion was crowded with British officers in khaki uniforms, with shiny leather belts and boots. They were attended by a couple of Indian stewards in immaculate whites, who passed amongst them, carrying drinks on trays and collecting glasses. The 2 smaller pavilions were for the teams themselves. On a table spread with a spotless white linen tablecloth were ranks of glasses turned upside down, along with pitchers of water, lemonade, and various juices. There were small bowls of salty snacks. Ranveer took a towel and wiped the sweat from his face, grateful for the shade of the tent. It was about the only thing to be grateful for. It was halftime in the first match of the season before a huge home crowd. Amritsar were already 3 goals down, but it could have been 10, so completely were they being outclassed. It was like besieging an impregnable fortress. The army team, all officers, all British, had an iron defense, and each time they sallied forth, they scored. They had scored within the first minute, which had sent Ranveer's team reeling. In the second chukka, they had scored again, and the third. It seemed like every time they attacked, they scored. The rest of the time they defended, allowing Amritsar to break themselves like waves on a seawall. There appeared to be no way through that defense. Worse still, Ranveer had a terrible feeling that the army was holding back, almost toying with them like a cat with a doomed mouse. If that was true, and the army did indeed cut loose in the second half, it would be like the opening of floodgates. This could turn out to be a humiliating trouncing the like of which Amritsar had never experienced. Ranveer knew all the statistics, all the scorers and score lines from the great games of the past. To be beaten in front of a home crowd would be bad enough, but today there was every chance that they would be beaten by the greatest margin ever in a high-grade competition. They would be talked about and laughed at for years to come, their performance a new and ghastly low point in polo scores, and all this at the hands of a white team. Ranveer poured himself some lemonade, downed it, and refilled his glass. Then he collapsed onto the canvas seat of one of the wooden folding chairs. He stabbed his long legs out in front of him in a V shape, his boots throwing up little clouds of dust from the iron-hard earth with its sparse coating of once green grass. His 3 teammates were already sitting down. They gazed at the ground. Nobody said anything. Ranveer was the number 1, the primary scorer. He knew it. They knew it. Nobody needed to say anything. He'd have preferred to have been abused by them. Ranveer wondered where their coach was, but then he saw him. Gurinder was standing on the sideline, where he had been for all of the first half. His back was to them, and his gray-haired head was down. Ranveer felt terrible. Gurinder had put in so much work with them, had expected so much this season. Apart from the officials, the adjacent larger pavilion housed the friends and family of the Amritsar team. They had been noisy starting out, even noisier after the first goal, but had become progressively more silent after that. Ranveer glanced across at them. His parents were there, along with his younger brother Jagraj and his sister Preeti.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?